A controversial call at a high school football game is believed to have led to a referee crew being purposely locked inside of a locker room. The game happened more than a week ago in Grove City, which is just outside of Columbus. Now the referees have filed a police report. Reporter Jonathan Jackson from our sister station in Columbus has more on this.
We don't deserve that as officials.
Keith Dalton and his crew of high school football referees say they were officiating a game between Grove City and Central Crossing last Friday, when after the game they suddenly got locked inside the Grove City school locker room.
We as a group have now filed charges against Grove City.
Dalton believes this action was taken against him and his crew for a controversial call made during the game, after which he says an assistant coach for Grove City came onto the field and was flagged for unsportsmanlike conduct. Once the game ended, he says him and his crew were inside the locker room being evaluated on their performance, when the door was barricaded from the outside with a vending machine.
And we had to push on the door, three of us, to at least get the door wedged to where we can get out.
These are athletes playing for the love of the game. Comments and actions that are inappropriate for the high school experience will not be tolerated.
In response to these allegations, the Southwestern City School District, which Grove City falls under, sent us a statement saying in part that we continue to investigate this incident and have engaged the Grove City Police Department in the investigation to determine who was responsible for this behavior. Conduct of this nature has no place in our school community. Meanwhile, Dalton says both the principal and head coach of Grove City High School issued him an apology and says the assistant coach who berated them was suspended for a game. But he wants to see more done, especially when it comes to the safety of him and his crew.
That's just all they can do. What we're doing is protecting the officials and saying that that's just crossing the line.
The referees filed a police report on Friday after giving the school a week to determine who was responsible. So far, there have been no answers.
A Catholic high school is under fire after rescinding a job offer for a women's lacrosse coach who happens to be gay. Bennett Academy in suburban Chicago had planned to hire Amanda Cams as head coach. She's an alum who recently left her position at a different Catholic high school, but when Cams was completing paperwork and wrote her wife down as her emergency contact, school administrators rescinded her job offer. Now, a petition with more than 3,000 signatures of alumni, students, and parents pushes for Bennett Academy to reinstate the lacrosse coach.
I was horrified, and horrified not only for Amanda, because she is fully qualified for this job, but also for the people the girls that I coach, and just the community at Bennett as well.
A school spokesperson says that as a Catholic school, they employ individuals whose lives manifest the essential teachings of the church.
A school district in Oregon is doing damage control after an elementary staff member showed up to work in blackface. According to reports, it was a stunt in protest of a vaccine mandate for all schools district staff. Special education assistant darkened her face and called herself Rosa Parks, attempting to liken her resistance to the civil rights movement. The district says she was immediately removed from school grounds and placed on administrative leave.
Oh, my heart just stopped. My stomach just sank. I can't even believe I'm speechless, really, that any grown adult would think this was acceptable.
I'm horrified, angry, and ashamed that this has happened, as is nearly every other staff member. The students of color of Newburgh deserve so much more.
Parents say this is not the first racial controversy in that community, prompting some to consider removing their children from the district.
An Oklahoma mom claims her two daughters were arrested and suspended from school following an incident where they refused to stand for the national anthem. Now the American Civil Liberties Union is getting involved. The incident allegedly happening during a pep rally. The girls were confronted by a teacher after they refused to stand. The teacher allegedly told police that the students made threats. They were handcuffed and charged with disturbing the peace. The ACLU sent a letter to the school district noting that the students were practicing their First Amendment rights.
We're very concerned with this. While talking to both students, we learned that they did not feel comfortable at the school, and by not standing during the national anthem,
the teacher got right in her face and told her, "No, you need to stand up." So then, when my kids get agitated and they get loud with her, that's when she went and got the principal and the police.
The ACLU wants the suspension reversed. The school district is refusing to comment.
Coming up right here tonight, it is a very strong brew.
In fact, in many states, it's too strong. The new beer that's not legal everywhere.
Plus, the Indians' offense came alive big time over the weekend, but tonight they're trying to avoid a doubleheader sweep. Sports is next.
Fox 8 News is brought to you by Corporate College. Get training in leadership, Lean Six Sigma, and more to advance your career. Visit corporatecollege.com/PD.